Hey guys, Ray Burke, Spray Wash Exterior Cleaning. Hope everybody's doing awesome today. It is Saturday, July 22nd. Actually sitting here in the office. We're doing a car dealership this evening after 3 o'clock, going in and doing all of the scrubbing all the floors, cobwebs from the rafters, wrapping up all their equipment. It's epoxy coated, so a lot of degreaser, not a lot of high pressure heat to get that done. I wanted to share something on this kind of it's a funny story now. It was not a funny story 2 years ago. I actually had a rig, hot washer, catch on fire at this car dealership 2 years ago when I was washing it. Middle of the night, improper fueling technique. One of my technicians, who's no longer with me, did not shut the machine off, sucked some gas fumes up into the burner and caused an issue. We were very lucky that nobody was hurt during that process, but resulted in discharge of fire extinguishers, a huge mess to clean up. Owner was very understanding, but I know a lot of guys would have just thrown up their hands and said, "We'll never," obviously, this is horrible. We'll never get this again. Great customer service. I mean, this is where Tanya, really is just incredible about it. Doing what we were supposed to do, rectifying the situation correctly. 2 years now down the road, we're washing the same scope of work again. We've also done other projects for him in the meantime. So just because you have an accident, just because something goes bad, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've lost that job. Crap happens. What defines us is the way that we deal with the crap that happens. So always do the right thing, and you might be able to count on that business for a long time. So real happy about that. A few weeks ago, I made a video about bad advice, or at least vetting. Sorry, I need my coffee. Vetting the advice that you get online. There's a couple of dozen of these forums on Facebook for cleaners. Two of the more popular ones I go to. I don't always answer a lot of advice. I have been trying to engage people a little bit more on there. I saw one recently on one of them, and by no means am I picking on the contractor at all. But he was washing a synthetic stucco building, was told to use one restore to try to whiten up the windowsills, the stucco windowsills, after he had sprayed straight SH on there with a pump-up sprayer. And the one restore wound up dripping down onto some copper awnings over a bay window area, it looked like, and wrecked the patina on there, because that's what one restore does. It's an acid that removes metal staining. Wow. I mean, that's all I can say is wow. Somebody that he trusts gave him that advice to use one restore on there. I got to see the before pictures of what he was cleaning. I just cannot understand why anybody ever recommended an acid, especially a buffered hydrochloric like one restore, to be used on that product. It makes no sense to me. And I'm doing this video, by the way, in segments, putting it on YouTube versus a Facebook Live, so I can really couch my remarks and catch myself before I say any really offensive things, because I know sometimes my mouth will shoot off, and I really, honestly, I'm being very sincere. I'm not trying to call anybody out and embarrass this cleaner. We've talked. He was an extremely nice guy, and I think, he said, hey, I'm new and I'm just trying to learn. It was somebody that I trusted. And the issue was this one restore dripped down on this copper, and now he's left with several hours of hand rubbing to strip off the old patina to make it match, to get it back to copper, and then he'll either have to repatina it or hope the customer's good with copper. Understand something in this field. I love pressure washing. I think it is. I mean, it saved my life. It saved my house. It gave me a new lease on life. I was in such a dark place whenever I started spray wash. I feel so good about myself, and I have a truly blessed life. I take helping people very seriously, and I'm very, very proud that, I've been elected as vice president of the UAMCC, and that's a charge that I take very seriously, and I want to help contractors. Getting back to it's just important to understand what we do. The chemicals we use are not toys. It's not child's play out there. We can cause serious damage to a piece of property. We can cause death. Seeing that one comment that this contractor made, that he had sprayed straight SH, on the windowsills to try to whiten them up, and then gone back and sprayed one restore on there afterwards. Now, I'm assuming there was a rinse in between that, because this contractor is still around to talk to us. But, had that not been rinsed or not rinsed thoroughly, and backing up straight SH with a strong hydrochloric acid right afterwards, you could literally kill yourself. Man, it's just so dangerous. Not to mention, the straight SH on these stucco windowsills. It's a miracle that the electroplated window screens didn't just have that completely stripped off of there. In my younger time, I have replaced many a window screen that turned silver because I was using too strong of a mix, or just too strong of a mix, or too long of a dwell time. So, it's a problem. And that's just a bleach and soap. Even bleach and soap can be very aggressive and can be extremely strong and extremely detrimental to a piece of property when not handled correctly. Anyway, getting back to this contractor I was talking to, so he's got to go hand scrub this copper awning. I'm calling it an awning for lack of a better term, basically over a bay window area, a long type kick out bay window, not just a small bay window. I can't see any reason that one restore was ever applied to that area. My friend Andy Henson taught me the value of a brush a couple of years ago. The right bleach solution, the right soap solution, letting it dwell, and hand scrubbing this. From what I was seeing on the pictures, there wasn't any type of reactive staining. There wasn't any type of calcium. There wasn't any type of solution that an acid would have been helpful for. I could see where a butyl would have been good, or a degreaser type product, because that was either an algae mildew issue or a road grime, brake dust, smog issue that was sitting on those windowsills. Let's also talk about aggressive cleanings too. One of the things I had mentioned in one of my comments, we wanting to get it better. Always remember, we run a pressure washer, not a time machine. By over aggressively cleaning a surface, such as an EFIS or synthetic stucco, as a lot of us call it, we can cause that area to prematurely fail, especially on the flats around the windowsills and the horizontal areas, leading to, sorry, I'm getting messages in here, leading to a failure and water intrusion in behind this EFIS, and that's been a huge problem with these EFIS construction over the past couple of decades here. See a lot of synthetic stucco getting stripped off because water has gotten into the building. And sorry, I'm getting off track here. I apologize. I get so passionate about this stuff. I was talking about the time machine aspect, and don't over clean an area, because we can get so aggressive with our cleaning in some areas that as the building naturally progresses, 3 to 6 months down the road, the areas where we really aggressively cleaned may not be getting as dirty, and we've changed basically the surface of that area. We've stripped off some of the coating on there. Kind of like if we're using a really aggressive product on the gutters, if we get too aggressive. But we've removed part of the coatings that are protecting that property. So 3 to 6 months, as algae starts getting back, the area that you've aggressively cleaned has a totally different surface than the areas that are getting re-mildewed and re-algaed on there. And the property looks worse 6 months from now than it did whenever you initially cleaned it. You're being so aggressive on your cleaning that it's causing, it can cause issues down the road. So never be afraid to, not everything is just going to come off with pressure. A good old-fashioned scrub brush is one of your best friends in the world. Proper dwell time and then a soft scrub. Sometimes you just have to break the surface tension to get things off. And sometimes you're not going to restore a surface back to a totally brand new look. And that's part of us setting the expectations with the customers. We can preserve the property. We can make their exterior coatings last longer, but we are not recoating properties unless you're, a painter. So just always keep that in mind when cleaning. Now, as far as the advice out there, stop it. Stop giving advice, especially to newer guys that have not undergone formal training. Stop telling them to use these really harsh acids and stuff that's incompatible and stuff that can cause property damage. I mean, I know everybody wants to be thought of as an expert and how freaking smart I am, but we're going to cause people to screw stuff up. We're putting people's health at risks. That's really a sad thing to do to people. Qualify the advice you get online. And what's even worse is this person that was actually out there asking, for everybody that asks the advice and actually engages someone saying, hey, use this, there's probably a couple of dozen people that never get engaged in the call, that never actually are engaged in the forum, that are never saying, well, what's my proper application rate, or what's my this, what's my that. And the nature of this industry is we've got these guys going out here who are going onto Facebook, and now they read a little bit and they think that they know exactly what to do. And so we've got these guys that we never hear from that are out there spraying acids on stuff that we've coated down with bleach. I just think we really ought to start thinking before we start giving this advice out. Facebook is an incredible, incredible tool. The internet just, it's revolutionized our lives. However, there is no substitute for hands-on training with qualified instructors. Hey, sorry I was getting spun up and had to edit my clip there. Anyway, I don't mean this to be self-serving whatsoever, but there's tons of great trainers out there. Something that's so great about the pressure washing industry. Doug Rucker's school, Agent Clean University. Look them up on the internet. Carlos Gonzalez, the creator of EBC Soap, he does a specialized gas station training. The UAMCC events, we have partnerships with the Power Wash Store, Paul Cassander. We have hands-on training at these events. Russ Johnson, we're up in Kentucky, I believe in November, doing an event at his place with hands-on training. Mike Howard with L&H over in Savannah. We do a couple events a year at his place with hands-on training. Paul Cassander with the Power Wash Store takes his show on the road. Or even in Denver, doing some hands-on training in Denver. These are free shows where you can then actually get extended training for a fee from several people. Meet different instructors there. The UAMCC National Convention, which will be some of the best information that anybody could ever get, the greatest conglomeration of information. That'll be coming up here in Orlando in October, I believe October 16 through 18, Orlando, Florida. Our contributing members get a ton of extras on that. Look that up at uamccevents.com. Ron Musgraves and I will be doing a non-technical sales training coming up next week, July 27 and 28 in Orlando, Florida. Now, this won't be a hands-on a pressure washer. This will be a hands-on sales techniques and governmental sales techniques presented by Ron Musgraves and me. Tim Aselton and I are in the middle of creating a Soft Wash University that will be specializing in using a true soft wash on properties. So there's lots of training that's out there in this industry. Please avail yourself to it. I couldn't imagine trying to make a living at something and not being formally trained on it. You can really cut your learning curve so much by getting out there and hooking up with some experts to help you along in your life, to help you along in your skill here. Take years off the learning curve, not damage property, not hurt yourself. You owe it to yourself to get out there and avail yourself of this training. Anyway, I've talked long enough. Thank you if you've stuck around to the end. I appreciate you. I'm always available on Facebook. If you are a UAMCC contributing member, I will get back to you as quick as possible. Other folks, I try to get back. I stay pretty darn busy. I don't just answer questions. I run a cleaning business. Ray Burke, Spray Wash Exterior Cleaning. Look me up on Facebook, or my contact information, office phone numbers coming up at the end of this video. Hey, everybody, get out there, have a little fun, be safe, and wash on. We'll see you soon.